Okay, thank you everyone. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, thanks. Look, I've worked in development all my adult life. I've been in all sorts of countries and places. I've worked for World Vision, you know, all that garbagey stuff that people go on with. This is not a CV, but what has been lacking has been a permaculture international NGO that can deliver really good permaculture products across the world in terms of people or place or responsiveness. And so I was delighted when they asked me to be the patron of Permafund, which is part of Permaculture Australia, and I have followed it for years. Essentially small grants, right? $1,500, $1,800 to someone who wants to run a course in a place suffering from land degradation, who's learnt permaculture, and then you get these fabulous reports way past the value of the project. It may be housing, it may be young people, it may be materials, a very rigid process of selection of projects, but essentially small, dynamic and effective, that's going to give results to people whose needs are quite big and their resources, access to knowledge, or it may be water supplies, is very small. When you look at one of those huge projects where the government's giving $5 million to build a water diversion plan in Vietnam and you see so little for it, it is actually part of the scandalous nature of world aid as it is. And this is such a conscientious, careful, ethical, small NGO that if you can support it through the chai tent, then that would be fabulous. If you had a few extra dollars to throw in, that's good. And I really think that's worth tuning in to the value of multitude small products and projects from people who care along permaculture lines and people who are ethical. You know, this is the way we're operating in permaculture. We're not demanding too much of people. Just give us a report on what you did, and often the results are stronger and better than any amount of so-called accountability by others. So, do you know how people can get onto the results? Because it's a stunning project. You know, there can be 30 or 40 projects sometimes with these small amounts going out doing everything from Africa to Latin America to the islands to a war zone and really, and Australia, and been very strong in supporting Indigenous initiatives. So if you've got $1 or $2, we don't want your whole budget, but you can chuck it in there or put a bit of extra money on your card, and then you can look for where it's going and what it's doing, because this fits in with our ethical money thing. Thanks everyone. Please finish.